Well, we're going to get started with some apps that will make a big difference in your business. The first one I'm going to talk about is Canva.com. I took a very expensive marketing course, and this is the only thing I learned from it, yet at the time when it first came out, this was extremely valuable. But Canva.com is a free app. There is a paid version, but it's a free app, and it allows you to create and take all the different styles and social media posts. They have them already sized, so you basically just fill in the blanks. So it kind of looks like this. You have a blank slate, and then you can download. You'll see I've downloaded photos there. I've uploaded my own, and you can use the ones they have. However, if you use the images that they have, you're going to pay $1 per image. Still extremely reasonable. But you can use your own, or you can use the ones that they've got there. The next thing you'll see, the real star, of course, for E, is Bill Purnett. So creating whatever you choose to, but we know with social media and all the platforms today, one of the most important pieces of real estate is image. And when you look at Facebook, there's 4 algorithms. You've got your images, you've got your video, you've got content, and you've got things with links. So trying to accommodate all 4 of those algorithms is extremely important. So this allows you to pull in, you can put your own quotes, you can put yourself speaking. I highly suggest you do more about you than other people, and don't go crazy on quotes. It's nice for a powerful impact, but don't go crazy on those. There is Canva for Work, and Canva for Work, what makes that difference, it's about $12 a month, but that allows you to create one image, but it will resize it for all the different social platforms. You know, there's a different size that looks better on Facebook than there is on Twitter compared to LinkedIn. So knowing that, with that $12 a month, that will allow you to just create the image one time rather than having to go recreate it to put it in the different size images. The next thing I'm going to talk about is actually the brother, or cousin, however you want to look at it, to what Will's going to talk about. He's going to be talking about another platform, but this goes hand in hand with Buffer. And again, it's another platform where you can create images. And with this one, it's exciting because it gives your images that they're already in there. You have all the rights to use, because be careful using images that are not yours. You either need to have paid for them, taken them yourself, or have explicit permission to use those. So be very careful. But they already have some already processed and available for to use at no additional charge. If you're using Buffer, this can go right along with it. You'll see also to the side, it allows you to add text yourself or to add quotes that they already have, and you can go through their list of quotes to see what's important to you. You'll see down at the bottom on the left, I chose to search for time, so it showed me what images were available. There's like 30,000 images in there, so that you can use theirs. But it allows you, the search engine, to look for that. So having the time behind it, and again, you'll see where it's highlighted there, it allows me to put in my own text rather than keeping what they have. You can also upload your own logo if you choose to, and put that at the corner or put that on the image as well. And you'll see off to the right-hand side that allows you again to choose the size and types of images you're creating. Okay. That's just what I just talked about with the time. It showed you exactly what was available. And again, at the top is where you can upload your own image. You can use your own, again, just like you can on Canva. The advantage to this is if you're using the one that Will's going to talk about, Buffer, if you're using it, this is just a platform that's integrated, and it is the simplest way to go. If you're not using Buffer, then Canva is probably your easiest way to go. Okay? You'll see here, you've got all the different platforms that you can pull up your image again. You can use, again, their quotes, or you can add your own quotes. You can add secondary text, which means it allows you to add that at the top, or if you want to add, like I do at the bottom of mine all has my website at the bottom when I'm doing images, because when that's shared, I want that to be shared along with the image. Okay? You'll see here, if you're on Pablo, it will automatically let you integrate and send your things directly to Twitter, to Facebook, to Pinterest, and then, of course, buffer your image, and you'll understand that in a few minutes, exactly what that means to buffer your image. Okay, and I'll turn this over to my cohort. Is this guy? This is the SE guru, Will Hankey.
All right, I don't think I need that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Probably wouldn't need that. Okay, Sniply. Sniply is snip.ly if you're wanting to look for this online. And what it does is it lets you create some different calls to actions that you can put on other people's websites. So this is kind of cool. I'll show you exactly how it works. But this is what a call to action would look like for my business. Do you know your SEO score? Click Get It Now, and it takes them to a particular lead magnet that I have in place. So when I go to Sniply, the first thing I do is, let's say in the background here is an article from E4E, from the E4E website. If I want to share that article out to my social media network, what I can do is I can hijack the E4E page and put my call to action at the bottom of the page. So kind of cool if they read an article related to something, in this case it's related to SEO. So at the bottom I have something that says educate yourself about marketing your business. People can do that. So you can actually, like I said, hijack other websites with content that is similar to yours and get people to do some sort of a call to action. It integrates with a whole bunch of different services. So if you're using MailChimp, Aweber, ActiveCampaign, there's some pretty popular ones here, Zapier, different things like that. So I'll go back one. At the bottom of this particular one, you'll see it says educate yourself about marketing your business, enter your email. So I mean, right on this particular page, which is not my page, people can pump in their email there, hit the button. It automatically integrates, in this case with ActiveCampaign, what I'm using, puts them into my system with their thing, and then it automatically sends them the email related to whatever that particular call to action was. Very cool service. As far as cost, it's $29 a month, and that gives you up to 5,000 clicks, which is a lot of clicks, because not everybody's going to see that that thing at the bottom of the page, but obviously not everybody's going to click on it. But very cool service. And then the other one that Karen mentioned is called Buffer. Buffer is really cool because what it does is it lets you do a couple different things. It lets you share social media out to all different networks from one platform, very similar to something called Hootsuite, which Karen's talked about in the past. So first thing you do is you set up your different channels for your business, your Twitter account, your Facebook page, LinkedIn, Google, and Pinterest if you're wanting to share to Pinterest. Set those all up when you first sign up for Buffer. And then what you do is if I have a piece of content that I want to share, whether it's my own or it's something else that I found online, all I do is I just put it into this top bar right here, and it automatically buffers that piece of content. So behind the scenes, what Buffer does is it says, okay, it goes and looks at my Facebook page and says, really on Facebook, your 2 times of engagement typically are around 10, 26, and 222. Okay, so then for Facebook, they'll say from now on, everything that you load into this system, we're going to push out to Facebook at those 2 times. On Twitter, it might be different. It might be different times. So each different network is not getting that same blast at that same moment. And the other cool thing that it does is it actually shuffles those across all the different social platforms. So even though today I'm sending out one called Twitter's Darkest Hour is Now on Facebook, on LinkedIn, I may be sending out something that I wrote myself. So Buffer is shuffling all of these for me across the different networks at different times, all really cool. It all kind of keeps it in one place. So all you have to do is kind of find different things as you're going through your day. You read something related to your business, and then you can just click a button, and I'll show you in a minute, to buffer that, and then it will send it out to your social media audience at that particular time. So here again is the article from E4E. If all I have to do is grab that link and pop it into Buffer, and then in my case, I put a little note there that says, did you think these were true? It automatically creates a trackable link there. It pulls in the picture, pulls in the description, everything is automatic. So then all I have to do is add it to my queue. So it automatically just adds it to the end of my buffered list of items. Really cool thing about this is with Chrome, Sniply and Buffer both have extensions that fit right into Chrome. So if I'm on Chrome and I find a really good article, all I have to do is click one of these little buttons and it automatically goes in to my system, ready to go out to the world when it's time. So what you can really do that's really cool is you can integrate both of these, Sniply and Buffer, together. So now I can start building my social media tweets or whatever to the world, and I can put a call to action at the bottom of the ones that are not mine. So when I click on the Sniply icon, which is the one on the right with the arrow, on this particular article, first thing I can do is I can put my call to action on this at the bottom of it. Then I hit snip. And then right here is a button. There's a couple different ones you can share to, but then you can just share it to your Buffer. And it all integrates together. So now I just click that. So every time I want to share something out to the world, it just puts it into the system automatically. Puts it in like that. And then at the bottom, it gives you a couple choices where the arrows are down here. I can share it next. I can share it now, which will go to all my social platforms immediately, or I can schedule it. The really cool thing about scheduling it is if it's something that is important or something maybe that's time sensitive, you can actually schedule it to go out to your different networks more than one time. You know, if you want to hit the early crowd and then you want to hit the after lunch crowd, so you can set something to go out multiple times, which is very cool. Or you can click Share Next, which basically puts it at the top of your Buffer and everything else just gets pushed down to the next spot. Okay, any questions about any of these particular apps? Tom?
You mentioned Buffer is very similar to Hootsuite for people who use Hootsuite, pros and cons.
I don't use Hootsuite, so I don't know. The Buffer is specifically what I'm mentioning is related to the fact that you can pre-program pushing out to all the networks, right?
I don't want to answer that. You can't do, and that might change it to Google Plus. There was a point now you can do that Buffer for us. That was like
Okay.
share what was just said.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Google
so
Plus
the
and
reason
Buffer.
we had both
Oh.
platforms, and we moved to Buffer because we couldn't post to Google Plus. And so if you don't post to Google Plus, while you might not have a ton of people there, and I get that, it totally helps your search engine optimization.
Right.
for publishing. So that's the reason we switched.
It's very nice how it just integrates all in this case, 5 different platforms all at once, and it doesn't blast the same thing out to all 5 at the exact same time.
That's my big thing. Compared to Hootsuite to Buffer, Buffer is so much more valuable in the fact that it takes your precise times that are best for your industry, not industry-wide, but your industry and your specific business. It is well worth the difference for Buffer compared to Hootsuite, even if you're paying for Hootsuite.
And by the way, I didn't mention the cost of Buffer, but I think it's $10 a month. It's very cheap.
If you're
Oh,
managing
sure.
multiple, like 2 Facebook accounts, can you do that through Buffer or?
I don't think so. I think you have to get a separate Buffer account at this point, logging out of one, log into the other. Yeah, I'm
If you
assuming
do
that'll probably
business, you
come.
can.
Oh, the Buffer for business.
Buffer for business, you
Yeah.
can.
Okay, Patty?
You may not know the answer to this, but you said something about images and being very careful. What about Google images that are out there?
You have not paid for those.
Right, how would you, never mind.
Yeah, you can't,
I think
you,
I was under the impression that if they were on Google images, if they were out there, they're.
no, they're not your, you don't have permission to use those.
I
Yeah.
can speak a little bit to that. We have a client for whom we built a website who received a cease and desist letter. Actually, the agency that built the website had received cease and desist letters from Getty Images.
Yeah.
They had pulled the images from Google. They just sit out there. Google indexes everything. So these images were on Google. The previous agency pulled the images, put them on the website, and after the agency had ignored 5 or 6 cease and desist letters, we inherited the website, and they received, we're about to sue you and you're gonna get fined many thousands of dollars. We had to pull we didn't know about it until we got the phone call that said all these
Sure.
images on the site you just built.
There's plenty of free photo
Right.
websites out there, or there's like CanStock Photo, which is like $1 an image. Canva is only $1 an image, so there are some very cheap options that will keep you from being sued. Chris?
Yeah, I actually can say that that happened to me. So I went to an agency, the very first website I built, and they didn't tell me that, and I had a cease and charge you for the time that it's on your website. So if you have a 10-year-old website, they can charge you for that image for 10 years. So it is-
All right, we're getting the 2-minute flag down, so
Okay.
we'll do Jared and then we'll finish up.
What's been your, like, click success rate with Snippery?
It's somewhat low, but it's definitely worth the $29 a month to me. Those little, you can change where those calls to actions go, by the way. You can put it at the top or the bottom of the page. The click-through rate is not phenomenal, but it depends on what, in my case, an email address is worth to me. So if I just get one email address a month, is that worth $29 to me? Yes. Okay. All right, I'm going to finish up here. If you do want any more information about this, of course, we'll be around afterwards to answer any questions. And then on your tables, everybody, we've put a little worksheet there, or a little cheat sheet with the links to everything that we discussed today. And Karen has a thing at the bottom with 100 free business tools that you can use. Just check that box, put your name in there. And then I have a 2016 digital marketing success checklist that I can send to you as well. Okay? Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.